click this button, and then our voices should be live. Hello, hello.
Nice.
Hello,
Aha.
welcome back to our podcast about law.
Yeah, this is a very legal podcast where I'm eating mozzarella sticks in the background.
100%. And yeah,
What
here we
wrong with
go.
mozzarella sticks?
I feel like you could practice the law and still eat mozzarella sticks.
Maya.
I feel like I could. Yeah, that's just my whole thing.
All right.
New
going?
game. New
Great Ace
game.
Attorney 2.
Woo!
Here we
Let's
go.
Yeehaw.
New game. I got achievement. Nice. Oh,
It's just for starting. That's great.
I think we put on the alternate costumes. Is what that achievement says.
Oh my god! Wait.
Oh
wait.
no!
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Ah, yeah, we totally did.
Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital. You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer.
Watching him panic
I've no doubt that at this very moment,
as he
he's
shifts
fighting
through
some noble
thousands
cause
of
in
pieces of paper, hoping
Cut
one of them
to
has the answer.
Rinusuke defending an orca.
Forgive me
Oh.
for
what
taking
is this
so long to come to
outfit?
visit you.
Yeah, what is this outfit?
My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned.
I think we went with the steampunk one.
And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months after arriving home.
Rinusuke fucking died.
Oh, just text cuts out. All right.
Someone.
Oh, this asshole again!
This bitch.
This
Oh,
bitch.
she's back.
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow,
I'm a
I
ghost love.
shall
I don't know what you want me to
stand
do.
for the only time in my life, as a lawyer.
Oh shit. Alex gets to be the pro tag now.
Yeah!
Dead! She's dead!
Oh my god, she's fucking
Oh my
dead!
goodness.
For your guidance. Kazuma-sama.
I mean, she
The
probably
hat
deserved
takes,
it.
the hat
Knew
takes
it was
a little bit
Kazuma's
away
grave.
from the
I assumed it was her dad's. I assumed that he'd died and that's why she was the grave. But now...
To do here.
Well,
The Adventure of the Blossoming Attorney.
shall I put the regular costume back on?
That would be appreciated.
I think, yes.
Yeah,
I may
please.
find this rather distracting, although...
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know.
I was about to say.
I don't know why it's so bad. I've seen the concept art. It's not terrible in the concept art. For some reason, the translation.
I can't
is-
even remember when we put it on. It was a
I
while
think
ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was a
Yeah, it was a
long...
good while ago when we were kind of looking through these. I
Yeah,
think,
when we
after
were
the
fucking
stream.
around.
I think that must have
boy.
just. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
Look at him.
I mean,
look at
that
him go.
doesn't look too bad.
I feel like they maybe
still
don't
looks
look
better
that
than
bad in...
Yeah.
Yeah. In,
Oh, no,
freeze
it's worse.
frames. And do you not like how short it is at the back? That's concerning.
Yeah.
Jones's Japanese jumble mix.
You mean he slithered out of bed and thought his head was blue. We're hanging
I
up
mean, I
on the
kind of
line.
think we should. I think we should leave that one on, lads.
Just this
Excuse
one.
me.
It's the fucking. It's you know what it is. It's the colonized version of Kiriko from Overwatch.
Like, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
I see where they got it from.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
that's
my God.
better. Yeah, that's better.
I keep forgetting how fucking ludicrous his hat is. Jesus.
That is still, yeah.
It's so dumb.
Okay, now we fixed it.
Yeah.
Right, and here we
Okay.
are.
Oh, that's so funny. Here I am again after 9 months. The Supreme Court of we're off to a stunning
Going
start.
well.
Judicature.
The first
Welcome to-
line.
Oh no, Jesus. The Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
Oh, this guy. Who was it? Was it me? Was that him?
Yes, it was.
I think it was you.
Okay,
It's my dad.
yeah. Good. You're here. Doesn't do for a lawyer to be late. Hmm.
Oh, yes. Good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, Counsel. But you look as white as a sheet. And those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Reminds me of someone.
Oh,
This
dear.
sounds
Oh, dear.
familiar.
The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I'd never been born.
Sweet daughter.
Not
Oh
the
my
sort of
God.
thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say. Hmm.
Eugene Mikotoba, professor of medicine at the Imperial Yuma University. A man who, earlier in his life, travelled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science. Why the fuck he went there and not Germany, who knows? It's not as if we were on the cutting edge of anything back then. And of course, my brilliant father.
Ooh.
Who dis?
Just
New character, who dis?
make Animal Crossing noises until they reveal their face. What was that?
Oh,
she's so cute.
she's cute.
Oh, adorable. I bet you don't think she's a killer.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
looks like we're defending her.
Oh, wait, really? Oh,
Yes.
shit, okay. Okay,
I mean, she's definitely been accused of murder if we're defending her.
this
Mm.
is true. Yeah. Do you want me to do it? Or like,
I don't mind. You
Ah.
want to do it?
I
Go for
don't mind. You sure?
Phew.
Okay.
Mm.
Would I be correct in thinking you're to be there in court today?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's right, miss.
Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life, it's a complete fabrication, this whole thing!
Rai Membani, born the same year as I
God.
and my greatest friend.
Remember body.
Remember me.
Oh, I
Remember me?
pronounced that horribly. Remember me. Oh dear.
Yeah.
She did.
Remember me?
She is so dead.
Remember. Okay.
Remember me.
So unusual for a
But
woman
I
in our time.
traveled very far.
She works. She works.
Sorry. So
God. She works at the University Research Laboratory, helping my father. And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial, accused of committing a truly awful murder.
I should really only be committed of manslaughter.
Are you feeling all right? Since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed.
well, I'm a lesbian.
I'm gay. I'm homosexual. I'm right. It's just that you look so gallant and dashing. Oh God, it's lesbian. Fuck.
Sorry?
And when I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me rather bashful.
Huh?
Am I correct?
Goodness. I don't think she knows. She hasn't realized who I am.
It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work.
She's in drag, isn't she? Oh, and what do you mean, Professor Mikitoba?
Oh, you're about to feel so embarrassed.
If even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Disguise?
Yes, I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be.
Oh.
But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father.
Sorry, I got very confused.
We'll get a spin around.
I thought
Hang
we
on,
were
give her a
implying
sec.
that
Let
Rye
the
was in
penny
drag,
drop.
not the other way around.
Oh, no,
Oh.
yeah. No. Oh, bless you.
Is that you, Sasato? I'm having so many complicated.
I'm so sorry I didn't say anything sooner, Ray. Jay Panic!
Jay Panic. No! What are you doing? What's going on? What? That varsity uniform, the varsity cap, that varsity cape, that varsity band, that varsity gay! Look at you! You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial Yumi Academy?
Acadiversity!
Acadiversity! A male student!
Spin around, please. I want to see what she looks like.
We're really good at this.
I'm so glad you think so. It means all my preparations have been worthwhile. I woke at 4 this morning to make a start.
Dear fucking Christ. Just stick a hat on your head and be done with it. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that?
Well, you see,
He's a woman.
It was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial.
My defense. Well, why didn't that come through? Sorry.
Never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body, which is a very normal thing to say. Egg cracked!
Egg moment! Egg moment!
Laws in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike.
He's a trailblazer.
I took a bad opportunity to take a bite of mozzarella sticks.
But women are forbidden.
Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer.
Oh, she's gonna pretend to be a bloke.
Oh, Susato. You go
Because
to
I am
lengths for
secretly.
me?
Yes, I think
I
we
am
have
actually-
the death penalty in this country.
Oh yeah, that's
I am
the thing.
Kazuma.
Oh, I'm going to die.
Of course,
Secretly,
You're my-
Kazuma's.
you're my greatest friend.
He didn't really die. He's here in court to defend.
Hashtag no homo.
No. Don't worry, I'm dressed as a boy, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, this
We
does
can make out as much as we like.
It's not gay. It's not gay if you're cross-dressing. I just worry I shan't be the lawyer you deserve.
Oh no! I have complete faith in you.
Ray,
It's so strange though. I'm suddenly attracted to you in this form even it's so I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman, what a wretched reason.
yeah, sexism, baby. It's bad.
I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing.
Oh my gosh.
It's waving subtext at this point.
Ray, my dad is right there. Please don't look at me like that with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes.
Good lord!
It's like, my dad is right there.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just really do look so dashing.
Oh my god. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice.
Gay panic!
Ah, you should be pleased. Means you look convincing as a man. Or maybe she's just into you.
I am pleased, I think. It certainly helped to bolster my confidence today.
Egg.
Yeah, this is normal.
Some flavors.
Ray, you're managing to put on a brave face in all of this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped and how you're trembling ever so slightly.
And I'm a still character model, so I don't know exactly what you think you're seeing. Susato,
I can hold these poses for hours.
I can just stay here. You could do anything. You could just leave me here.
Could go make a sandwich or something, I don't know.
You do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder?
Of course. You'll have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right? Please tell me that's right. Don't spring any bullshit on me.
Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean.
Okay, how much stuff is going to come out during this trial? I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence, which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer.
And to also be a lesbian.
And to be a lesbian.
That means so much to me, Susato.
Defendant, counsel,
There you go.
court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
I really hope they didn't fucking hear all of that.
You should go in at once, Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty.
That feels wrong. Oh. Stand up
Someone
straight.
who's chronically late. I'm really glad I don't exist in this time period.
I
But
don't
you're the-
think I've ever seen her run so fast.
Doesn't matter if the judge turns up late. We have to wait.
I didn't mean in character. It meant myself, my actual self.
Yeah. No.
Obviously, I'm always late. That's why I'm the judge.
Scottish judge back from the dead.
Oh, he's gonna
Of
be
course.
here!
They're back in
Judge.
Japan, so
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
Well, Susato,
Maybe my favorite.
you've certainly surprised your father. Going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
I carried the last game. There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it. But Father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this. Being
Yes.
very, very shady here.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case. I didn't want to burden her with that.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take this case? Is it really because of who the victim is?
We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
You're a forensic pathologist.
Literally falsify evidence here.
The law is literally what you do. What? Thank you, Father. I'm Susato Mitokoba, a judicial assistant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain.
8 months.
But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan. How many times have I wished that he were here, I wonder? Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. literally and metaphorically.
Hmm.
Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san.
Oh. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
9 a.m.
First trial, baby.
There he is.
This court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray. Remember me.
Yes, Return of the King.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Look at the
Aaron.
fucking spludge.
Yes.
Aaron.
Will I feel this one if you're going to do Mikatoba?
Sure. If you'd like to be him, feel free.
Yeah.
Or
Because
if
I
you'd
remember
rather be Yushin,
I
it's up to
did
you.
I did the original Winston back in like secondary stream, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh
In
yeah,
Justice
but
for All, I think it was.
you were Ryunosuke last time, weren't you? So that couldn't
Yes,
happen.
exactly.
Fair enough.
I am with that part. Oh, it was me.
His hair.
It's just a
Yeah.
fucking.
Yes.
It's the splodge in the middle of his forehead. It's upsetting me.
Oh dear.
The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency.
Oh my
It's
god.
good. It's good.
Oh, that's good.
So cute.
That's good. I like that.
There she is. I mean, he is. There he is.
That's a hit.
Defense counsel, are you ready?
Yeah. Yes, Your Excellency. We are ready.
Ready. Ready. Yes,
Shut up,
man
please.
voice. Ready.
She's doing the eyes. Ready.
It's just like.
Yes, counsel. Counsel. According to the registration details, your name is
Mr. Not a Man.
Ryotaro Naruhodo. Is that correct?
Oh my god.
Sorry?
Oh, yes. I had to come up with a suitable male name for you for this little venture. So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind.
Oh my god.
Well, counsel,
Ah,
is this your fucking name or not?
Yes, that's right. That's me. I'm, I mean, yes, I am Ryotaro, he who was vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan. And I am
would you all care-
definitely a male man.
I swivel at the end.
Would
Was
you
she
all
like-
care to know what the meaning of Ryutaro is? Sorry,
Yeah, what is it?
Ryutaro.
is. Splendidly stout sun.
I watched Ryunosuke.
Well.
Okay.
There you go.
I have
Ah.
a name, and it's a man's name too.
It seems Ryotaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first, and not overdo it. And those wild, wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax and listen.
Listen, she is genuinely upholding the Naruhodo traditions.
This is
By
this
being
is what it's
wide-eyed.
like. Yeah,
And
Look at her
pet-
go.
she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
She's trying
Yes.
her best.
And anyone who saw Ryunosuke would look at her and be like, well, of course they're related.
It's his cousin or
What
something.
is
I don't
wide-eyed
fucking
nonsense?
know.
Yeah, it's his cousin from Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my uncle who works for Nintendo. Naruhodo?
A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be...
You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is,
His cousin.
that's right. Ryotaro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called to the capital for this trial.
Oh my
What?
God, this is so bad at this.
Oh, it's great when the game makes the jokes that we were making just before.
Yeah.
I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any of Tokyo's preeminent lawyers.
Any of them.
Tut, tut, tut. What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused has to call it a country boy.
Which is gallant and dashing as any of your Tokyo attorneys.
Getting.
Who the fuck is Susato?
How are you making fun of her?
Who's her?
The jig's up.
Her?
Him?
Oh, remember me, you
So
fool.
bad at this.
Please be
I mean-
careful. Please fucking be careful, Ray.
I mean, ironically, she doesn't seem to have good memory.
What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. It's horrible. Like it or not, eyes are wont to flit.
I love her. The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance for national interest. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may very well affect the future of our empire.
That is what you said last time.
I like to think that every trial I oversee has critical importance. Otherwise, I might just throw myself out the window.
Just like the trial 9 months ago.
Fuck
And
off,
yet for
Fauci!
and yet for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me.
If you recall correctly, there was an unknown yokel opposite you last time, and he beat your ass. Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense. Defense, are you shit or are you decent?
Decent.
Excellent. Carry on. To determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom.
Oh, a tutorial.
9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you're standing now.
We got taught how to press E, A, X, left, right, select,
This
start.
same judge tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colours.
So you're saying I'm going to be absolutely fine?
For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy.
Woo! So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions? Look at her armband! Yeah!
All right,
She's trying her best.
it's time to prove myself. Ow!
My god, she's really just gonna do all of Ryunosuke's taunts, isn't she?
Yep!
Yes, Your Excellency. But please do make them simple.
I like the difference between the speaking voice and the monologue.
Yeah.
Very well. To start with, you'll state the name of the victim.
Ooh, that is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried. There was a
Right,
lengthy,
what was
was a lengthy PowerPoint presentation at the beginning of this. Ah,
What's the matter? Need some comedy music.
that time, standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else now Odo-san goes through. Like it or not, mine's a water plank. I can't fucking remember.
It's not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances.
Oh dear, this is a dismal failure.
Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem.
Oh,
The knowledge of how to press R1.
Here we
press
go.
on the court record. Yes, the answer will be in amongst all the key information about the case in the court record.
That's right. Just use R1 to open the court record. And you need to
Remember that
flip
correctly.
to the people section with R1. Don't take too long over it. Its Excellency is watching you closely.
And he's
His
wondering what
Excellency
all
is
this
watching
me hold up.
R1 is about.
Hold up the controller.
If you don't press R1 with great speed, I'm gonna rip that controller out of your hands and throw it out the window. Along with myself.
And crawl through the window like the girl from The Ring. Grab it
Let's
out of
go
your hand.
yeet!
Second time he's
Alright.
threatened to throw himself out the window.
Are you okay, Your Excellency?
I decided to make it a theme of the evening. Or perhaps the entire trial, we'll find out later. Tune in tomorrow for a great...
Oh god.
next week.
All right, check the court record with R1. That's where the information I need will be.
Alright. People. Using Mikutaba, remember me. Giselle Brett, there she is. 9 months ago, she was found guilty of the murder of visiting Professor Dr. John Wilson. Dear.
No relation.
I mean, check the autopsy report, like, anyway, right?
Let's have a look.
Oh,
Post-mortem
yes.
report. Time of death just after 2 p.m. Due to trauma to the victim's lung from a knife blade, only a single wound was identified.
11.
2
Examining
I mean, she
witness
probably-
statements.
She probably deserved it, right?
Probably.
Single deep stab wound from behind pierced the lung. Death in
Oh.
minutes. And pupil
This is a
constriction.
new thing.
Pupil constriction.
Isn't that like when she looking at something bright or something?
Yes. Or she was drugged.
True.
Mm.
Just
So
like
she
her
might have been. She
poisons.
might have been paralyzed.
Ooh.
I'm waiting, Council.
As are we all.
Or perhaps you're waiting for me.
It was my dad.
It was.
My fucking dad.
I mean, I always love these
My dad's dead.
answers. Sadly,
Ouchie isn't a victim, but he's about to be.
But he should be.
Alright, it's Giselle Brett.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
she's doing it all.
The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett.
Mm.
Fuck, why is it always when we're in the middle of a fucking mozzarella set?
No eating for you.
I'm hungry.
Can the defendant please refrain from eating mozzarella sticks while in the stand?
But they're really nice. Giselle Brett.
That
Name.
bitch.
Does that fucking get really we fucking interrupted my stat chart for that? Jesus Christ.
A name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. That's weird intonation on my part.
Mm.
Correct.
Gold star.
Being a member of our Empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name.
Yes, she fucking murdered someone and then tried to pin it on some other bloke.
So let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire, Empire of Great Britain. Why then is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history?
I hope you played the previous game.
Obviously, you won't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago. But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need is included in the court record.
Wait, really?
It was. She was convicted of murder of Dr. John.
Okay.
That's all, not the
I thought
final
that
details.
wasn't like in it. Sorry.
Obviously, I still remember. That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett. Behind the woman's student persona was the face of Queen Victoria.
Victoria!
It was Queen fucking Victoria. She came here, she murdered a man, and then she left.
Yeah.
You could say she was a killer queen. 9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yumai University was killed. And the culprit was Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer.
Dynamite with a laser beam.
Is this me? At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty of the Empire of Great Britain. And it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead. I believe he was an associate of your... Oh, that's not me.
That was probably the judge. I believe he was an associate of mine.
I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikatuba.
Yes, me, I was. He was. I was indebted to the man myself. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university. Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly.
By blaming a hapless student.
Mhm.
Sorry, my laptop's not charging, it's giving me anxiety. Oh, there we go, just had to turn the cable around. Indeed it was, which is why a trial. I can't, it's a hard syllable. Trial was conducted I can't roll my R's, so I'm doing my best.
No, you're doing
Secret
fantastic.
trial was thank you very much. Was conducted here at the Supreme Court. A student of the Imperial Yumei University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Runosuke Naruhiro. With the help of his best friend. Why do I know that his best friend?
You were
Is this
there.
still me?
You were there, Your Honor.
I know, but I mean, I picked up on the vibes, obviously. Sorry, with the help of his, quotation marks, best friend, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense. I don't know why his student lawyer friend didn't represent him, I can't remember. And exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett. What an ugly name, Brett. Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime, but only after several long moons proceedings. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion.
Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead.
Oh dear. Why Shanghai?
There's a British consular court there.
I'm sure that's not going to cause a problem in about 900 years.
Correct. You are correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally, so in 900 years' time, you know who to hold responsible. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week. All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board this steamship. Unfortunately, these steamships appear to be hotbeds of murder and depravity.
Apparently so.
The very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed.
Oh, she was killed off the ship. Never mind then.
Only the day before. That is unfortunate.
That will do. That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defence is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant.
By asking them 2 questions.
I asked them 2 questions. They were very important questions. And this male Naruhodo answered satisfactorily.
There are 2 questions, and honestly, you'd have to be an idiot to get them wrong, so...
Really, it's determining, are you an idiot?
Can you read? That's the
Can
honest
you
question.
read? Can you press the R1 button?
Yes.
Yay! Oh! Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle.
Oh, it's still fucking me. Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. I'm just trying to sip some water, but it's fine. Prosecutor Ouchie!
The fuck was that?
As is your wish, Your Excellency.
I love his little, like, fucking hit. What was that? The fucking hokey pokey?
It's the first letter of YMCA.
Why am I here?
Oh god. You've got the giggles.
Lost it. Fuck.
Okay.
The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August, in broad daylight.
Ah, shit. Oh, that's nice.
On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes.
So not in plain sight then.
The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. An injury which proved fatal. There were 2 persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett, in her bathing attire, and the accused, Remember Me. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady.
What's the motive, Archie?
Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words. I must say.
That's certainly true. The prosecution summary was full of words that raised an awful lot of questions. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick upon the prosecution counsel on what he said about a powerful
Alone
motive.
together.
Motive.
Eyebrows.
Being alone together.
Yes, a powerful motive.
You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Tut, tut, tut. Is the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
I beg your pardon.
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Memami-san, you are a research assistant at the Imperial Yuma University, I believe.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I didn't even know I was that. Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikitoba in his laboratory at the moment.
I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
Fascinating to hear. Now another question.
Fucking rude.
Prior to your work with Professor Mikitoba, whose research were you assisting then?
I was studying under John H. Wilson.
Awkward.
Dr. Wilson,
Whoops.
the visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago. Has he got to do with this? He's dead, isn't he?
The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson.
Oh, I know what the pose he was doing earlier was now.
What was it?
He was reaching.
Damn.
God save us.
Is that not true?
Yes. Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed him.
Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred.
This is leading the witness. Oh no, right. Be careful of what you're saying.
I know Jeannie says nothing and all, but
What? Who? Something Scottish. Yeah, I was here.
Jeannie.
What? Jeannie? Jeannie? Jeannie?
What are we saying?
I don't know.
I said Jeannie's out of the bottle.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Oh,
So
Going
sorry.
well.
Please continue.
gotta rub me the right way.
Oh my gosh.
The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
First Scottish coming up. There it is. Well, it was clearly a trap all along.
How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that.
I must find out more details, and something we can use to bolster our defense. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel on what he said about. I guess we're going through all of these now.
Yeah.
Being
powerful
alone
motive.
together.
Being alone together.
Go
Well,
Remember me, Sam.
Would you like to grab a drink after this?
Yes, what is it, Susan? Naruto-san. I got that right.
You got it.
First time. There you go.
I'm really starting to wish we'd made my alias Ryotaro Susato.
That really would have worked better.
Yeah.
Really would have.
Please tell the court exactly why you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place. And why you were alone with her.
Is that jealous?
What?
No. Oh, well, no, that's not true. I mean, it was a lesbian orgy.
There are other people present.
There were other people present. A detective who was guarding. That's a word. A detective who was guarding Mr. Fuck me. I'm not good at this. Okay. There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett for starters. Was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion. That's all. And that's all it was. I was just a companion. There was nothing else happening.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Oh my god.
But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else.
Everyone else wishes?
Shit.
The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn.
Lesbians.
Lesbian.
It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life.
I mean, that's not the reason at all, but you do you. No! It was just to be gay, I swear!
Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused...
It's taking everything I have not to make the stupid joke from the Impossible Quiz whenever I hear Shanghai.
No, about halfway down.
No, about 30 centimeters off the ground. There, I've got it out of my system.
There you go.
Oh dear.
That's dated now. I don't think the Impossible Quiz even works anymore. I think it died with Flash.
Oh,
Probably, yeah.
probably.
God.
Yeah.
I don't want to think.
Uploaded it somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about how old it is now.
Oh man.
Mm.
And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again.
Oh dear. Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel. First time someone said it in this fucking game. I'm so proud.
Conjecture!
The prosecution counsel seems to enjoy using provocative tricks like that.
Is he going to show ankle next?
It still exists.
But for now, at least, we need to assemble more facts. Try not to let him goad you.
Oh dear.
That's
This is
so
really-
fun to paint.
This is really
Sorry.
terrifying. But Father's right. We need more information. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up.
What the prosecution? Yeah, let's just keep going. If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie.
I have to shimmy his hand. So cute.
Very.
What do you want, you fresh-faced young yokel student?
I feel like I should be speaking with an accent for you to tell me that, but
Well, howdy, y'all.
I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot.
This is pretty good.
My apologies. Clearly my modernity has confused the country bumpkin's simple mind.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West.
For a second,
We
I
are
thought that was the
told-
sound of his fan
yeah,
bolting.
Yeah.
No, I just
We are
wanted a chicken
told.
nugget.
Can the defendant please refrain from eating chicken nuggets on the stand?
We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skins.
No, that's not what I meant.
Hmm.
I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea?
For old time's sake, I believe.
That's still not answering the question.
Sorry?
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply.
But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers.
I'm sure that won't get us into trouble in about 20 years' time.
In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
Don't look at me, Professor. It was the government who granted permission, not I.
That
You were
seems
such a
weird.
simp, though.
Mhm.
In any case, it was decided there was a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
Words said moments before disaster.
Hmm.
But in fact, a murder took place.
I said don't look at me. It was a young student girl who did it, not I.
No one has proved that yet.
I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to.
We're forgetting him sweating this early in the trial. She's a much better lawyer than any of them
Yeah.
so far.
I believe we have all. I believe we all have a clearer picture of the incident now.
Hmm. Despite her guilt being
Even
determined 9
better.
months ago.
Mm.
I think we had actual photographs for the first time, so, you know,
Mhm.
an especially clear picture.
Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university.
Oh my god.
Sanity.
Obviously. Over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murder of the mentor for whom she had such great respect, enjoying such undeserved liberty.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You let the murderer go around, like, just free, just wandering? Like, what?
Like Mikitova said, the
Yeah?
government can't stand up to foreign powers.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes. Even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment.
Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grave incident.
Ooh, nice. Hmm.
That's something.
Do we have the murder weapon, I wonder?
Why the fuck is she still wearing that?
I mean, I guess I guess it's for sunbathing purposes. Instead of a parasol.
Mm.
You wouldn't really need one.
Hmm.
Why is she holding a pen like that?
Good question.
I'm sure that won't be relevant later. Your Excellency!
Gee, are you around? Are you...
Sorry, I didn't notice because I didn't have my big beardy face.
Your BPF.
Yes, thank you, Council. A tragic image. Looks like she was drinking heavily from that bottle of wine before she died.
And the spilled glass as well.
Also, has she got her hat on, but she's also in her underwear? Because I'm seeing a lot of leg, and there's a fancy dress on a thing behind her.
That is a lot of leg.
I think she was either changing or that's the bathing suit, and she's wearing the
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
was she bathing? Oh, she's in her bathing. I was not paying attention. You may be able to tell.
This
Yes.
is also a beach, so we might be able to see some footprints.
Footprints, I can see them already. They're just hidden by this stupid box. The
Yeah,
sort of,
I want to
sort of
know.
navy background and the
I mean,
green
people
gold outline.
Yeah, people could have been coming and going, so I don't know how accurate they're going to be, but the footprints are, like, definitely not that of a Japanese lady, because I don't know any Japanese lady that would wear a Western man's shoe.
Ooh.
Wow.
The ones at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, I know what the... can't remember what they're called, but the specific sandals look like, and they've got the two slats, so it
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
make that
have.
imprint.
Mm.
Forensics, bitch!
As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hid.
Maybe underneath that giant dress.
Your BBF is on
Court
screen.
will accept this photographic print as evidence. A photograph
Gladly.
of the crime scene has been entered into the court record.
Like the high-pitched Scottish voice.
As I understand it, what the fuck?
I was going
Where's
to
my
look at the
fucking line, you
footprints.
whore? Give me
I-
my fucking line! Alan
I'm
James
a bit
Wolfe!
scared.
Alan! Thank you! As I understand it then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. And now you may look... No, actually, no, you may not. This is deeply troubling, I must say. It sounds as though there may have been lesbian activity going on, and that sort of thing just won't stand for at least 18 more years. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant. Is that why
Well,
you went
Your
all on the
Excellency.
rest of your head, Ouchie? Did you fan it away with anxious tapping?
I think didn't it all like didn't something happen to it a lot? Oh no, Kazuma chopped his hair. And
Oh,
made it all
God,
fall down
yes!
with his sword.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's why it looks like that. Oh my gosh.
Kazuma gave him a close shave. Mm.
Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case. We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence.
Witnesses? But who? Oh no.
One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective.
Oh dear.
I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt.
Ugh.
Mm.
Very well then, Counsel. Bring forth your witnesses. Do you fear death?
I, Taketsuchi Ouchi, have been waiting for this moment.
Oh, fuck off.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, yes, I haven't forgotten that trial 9 months ago here in this very courthouse,
I wasn't even here.
when that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me.
Oh, he grew out his hair.
Flashback.
Ah! Ryunosuke Naruhodo!
What? Yes.
This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten.
Hang on, I need to get my voice up there. We've become conceited with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. That's not even deep enough. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. I'm going to fucking kill you.
There it is.
Oh yeah, that was it. He had it up in a little bun.
Oh yeah.
Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut, and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls.
I think that probably sounds better in Japanese.
Probably.
Probably.
Yes,
What's
on that
fine?
fateful day my former self died.
Good lord.
The start of your own mini mighty revolution. Are you modernizing as well, Council?
Silence!
That was a genuine question.
Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor miracle atop my head.
Is that what we're calling the little troop?
Observe the ouchie growth.
I would
That really
prefer
sounds like
not
something you should see a
to.
doctor for.
Have you stuck that on?
I feel like
Glue.
you stuck that on.
With glue? I feel like you
Big
might
time.
have stuck that on with glue.
Yep.
You see the seed of hope sprouting forth from the barren expanse of my crown.
One day your descendants is gonna grow much longer. I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something.
I'm afraid I can't really see. Where is the hope exactly?
I said silence.
Unintentional burns.
Dunking.
Today I face another yokel student of the Naruhodo clan. Well, I will vanquish you, and my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned. With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand.
That was a lot of preamble and none of it was useful.
He sounds rather like Ouchie.
It looks like the stakes are high on both sides in this trial. The prosecution and the defense each has much to lose.
Oh, sorry. A haircut is hardly comparable to Rye's life.
Fair enough.
Oh,
God.
God!
Oh my god.
No! What? No! What did we do to deserve this?
Does somebody else want to take Mr. Detective Man while I'm doing...
Detective Man.
Mr.
While I'm
constantly hovering on the edge of death, Detective Man.
Yes. If someone else wants to take
Oh,
him,
look at that.
please.
Aaron's already getting into character.
All right, Aaron, there you go.
I mean,
There you go.
okay, alright. I was him for a bit at the end, wasn't I? Tail
Oh yeah,
end?
you were. Yeah, I. I was always trying to do Sebastian from Black Butler at the as an impression. I never quite managed it. I can't quite capture it.
I
God.
can't quite remember what I did.
Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court.
Either. Yeah.
Oh, he was promoted.
Chief Inspector. Subtle.
Look at his lovely little turtle.
The turtle on the head is the best.
Oh god, I adore him.
Always in disguise. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga. Satoru Hosonaga, Imperial Police Bureau. I'm in disguise, obviously, so I can go undetected. Obviously.
Holmes, is that you?
Oh god, it's this asshole. How did I sound?
Oh god, yeah.
Very shrill.
Yeah.
I am. Well, the next big thing in books. An author renowned throughout the capital, in fact, yes.
Perfect.
Soon to be sold out. The satirical I Am a Cat. The sensational success by success. I can't fucking say that.
Sasaki Natsume!
Natsume! There you go.
And there's a guy!
A guy
Mr.
taking
Hughes.
photos of him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe he
Oh,
won't
yes.
recognize you, Sato.
Struggling student from the provinces, please. You needn't be in awe of me.
I needn't.
It's only natural that you feel this nervous in my presence. But all of you, please relax. Call me Saseki, even.
Yes.
What on earth is Saseki-san doing here?
Tread carefully, Susato. That author
Baby, don't
fellow...
call me that in court.
Ah, shit. That author fellow knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? If he exposes you for who you really are, this will be over before it's begun.
Yes, yes, of course, I know.
I presume Saseki-san won't have forgotten about me. I could certainly never forget him. Although he does seem to have changed somewhat in the 6 months or so that it's been since I've last seen him.
Oh my
He's
god.
gone exceptionally smug.
Oh god. And as for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is hard to believe.
Do I have something on my face?
It's on the top of
No,
your head.
it's on your
actually.
head.
Well, your glasses for one, although they don't seem to be helping you see.
I haven't even testified yet. What's the burn?
Thank goodness
Oh.
he hasn't recognized me either.
I suppose it's this disguise, is it? I thought that appearing here in the clothes I was wearing at the time would make for a more faithful testimony.
No?
It is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly. Thanks, Your Honor.
Sorry.
I mean, Your Excellency.
Well, I can appreciate why an Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been present. But what business did a writer such as yourself have being at the scene, Soseki-san?
Sasaki-san is far away right now.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, where is he?
He's getting away!
He's getting away! He's doing a runner!
That's the Seki-san is small. But this one is far away. Tall. Far away.
No, it's not. I really did it right. Shit.
I will never miss an opportunity to make that joke.
Well, you see, I had been asked that day to give a lecture on the morning of the incident in the Imperial Yume University's Grand Lecture Hall, no less. I'm very important.
At Yumi University.
After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with a researcher from the Medical Science Department. The professor over there, in fact.
With my with Professor Mitokuba.
Nice save.
Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. They wanted some story or other about two former students who'd studied in Great Britain.
Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leave me alone. The secret is why. Snapshots, criminal stories, and scupper my privacy. Oh, the woes of fame. As you can see, this conversation was written up in this newspaper here. Read it at your leisure, my provincial struggling student friend. I have plenty of copies.
Thanks, we'll do this right now. Thank you very much. He practically threw that paper at me. Alright.
Okay.
And he...
Anyway.
Oh.
Oh god, never mind.
No,
Sorry.
it's alright, it's alright.
Anyway, following my interview with the professor, read.
Alright. Let's have a read. There it is. There they are.
Oh, the kitty!
There's a guy on a bike!
There's a kitty!
There's a kitty.
What's the crack?
Yeah, actually, what is he taking a photo
This.
through a window? Oh, that's a gross invasion of privacy. Holy shit.
Dunno.
Why are you dabbing into this man's throat? Why are you killing him with a laryngeal fracture?
He said my books were shit!
Yes, he did, and I took it very, very offensively. I'm not taking criticism. The lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coasts. Those were her words.
As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continues to work in my laboratory, under strict surveillance, of course.
Let's make the fucking poisoner work in a laboratory. That's a great idea.
At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance. And the response was, permit Miss Brett to go as long as a detective accompanies her.
That detective, I am at liberty to divulge. I love the way it bounces when he bows.
Yes, it's adorable.
Was me, Chief Inspector Satoru Hosanaga. Satoru, rather.
Satoru, yes.
I'm in disguise. It's an alias. Whoops. Oh.
Thereby, the entire party departed cordially for the seaside, it seems.
What is that?
I don't know.
Someone's.
I think it stopped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was extremely challenging to clear all other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach. But fortunately, I am at peak physical fitness at the moment, so I was
Are
able to
you
carry out
really?
my duty flawlessly.
Babes, how are you not dead?
Oh, my inspector, you... well, you do have something on your face now.
Is it egg?
Ah.
Oh shit.
It's a beach towel. Ah, how unsightly. I do apologize.
Are you okay?
He's
Yes,
dying.
he's fine, he's fine.
Hmm? Huh?
Does that mean you went to the beach too, Father?
Oh, you on the
No.
defense bench and not.
I mean, man, I don't know. Man, I've only met a few times in my life.
Please.
No. Fortunately, I had work to finish off. But, unfortunately, of course, it meant that, as my assistant, Ray was invited to take my place.
Oh dear.
Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline the invitation. But if only I had! I'd never have seen that awful sight. Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret. I really hope no one can hear this. Fucking hell.
Very well. I must now ask you to present your formal testimony to the court. You'll give an account of all that you witnessed on your impromptu excursion to the coast.
Ah, of course, Your Excellency.
Oh my god.
I'm fine.
Relentlessly racked by remorse and regret, I am. I think I've said this, but worth stating twice.
Joking.
Testimony.
Right. On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment in this disguise.
I just managed to catch that crab when I suddenly heard a caterwauk from behind me.
Hmm. I ran into the beach hut at once, where I found the pair in question.
Yes. The young girl was astride the Englishwoman, dagger in hand, and she stabbed wildly.
I saw blood on the blade. It proved to me that she'd stabbed the victim multiple times.
Well, we already know that that's not true.
Mm.
According to the autopsy report, as much as I hesitate to say the words autopsy report in an Ace Attorney game.
Yeah.
Indeed, it does appear from this testimony that both witnesses here present saw it. The very moment of this heinous crime.
Not the very moment. What?
The very moment.
Oh, God.
The very moment.
Now, if you'll recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Ah, yes, that was it. Damning evidence.
That is a pen.
So cold.
So cold.
What have you there, counsel? A so-called fountain pen, is it?
Correct, Your Excellency.
You're
I
not
found-
counsel. I wasn't asking you. Are you the counsel? No, you're fucking not.
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
Correct, Your Excellency.
Can't get
I've-
the fucking staff.
I found it at the scene whilst examining the body.
You must have pried it from her fucking fist.
It appears that in her dying moments, with her final ounce of strength,
She failed to write anything at all.
the victim clutched a piece of evidence that would positively identify her killer.
What?
Yeah.
Your Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over the photographic print of the crime scene once more.
Thank God we're not doing fingerprinting yet.
Goodness me. I see some spilt wine. How is it that she could be holding the wine that's spilt and the pen at the same time? I wonder. I'm stroking my beard, but you can't see it.
What?
Stroking my beard.
Ah.
You can
That's
stroke
fine.
your beard too. Yours is not as magnificent as mine, I'm afraid. Yes, the victim is clearly grasping something quite deliberately there in her hand. I wonder what it could be.
That's right. The fountain pen.
You're still not counsel.
And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency.
Ah! The owner's initials have been engraved into the ebonite barrel. R.M. Remembame. The initials of the defendant. And also probably, like, 17% of the population.
Does she even have a fountain pen?
The fountain pen will be admitted immediately to the as critical evidence.
Oh.
Why would it be in English?
Yeah, that's a point.
Is it?
So,
Is it?
have I omitted anything?
You got time?
Is it maybe a localization? I don't know if it's meant to be in English or
I know.
what. I can't press X on it, so that's what you get.
Well, she
That's
is English,
annoying.
technically.
There you go. Yeah.
Decisive testimony and damning evidence. There's a bright blue sky outside the courthouse today. Perfect weather to ascribe guilt, I feel.
I don't understand. The prosecutor outed you 9 months ago. Has none of this man's boys.
This man still doesn't have boys, honey.
That's all for the defense. You may begin your cross-examination now.
Fuck yeah!
Counsel!
I don't want to.
Wake the fuck up, Count Naruhodo-san! Naruhodo!
That's me.
San, that's your lane! I don't care. Wake
Naruhodo.
up!
That means... Oh, yes, me. Oh dear.
Is there another Naruhodo in my courtroom? No, there fucking isn't! Get on with it!
Actually, there isn't a single Naruhodo in your courtroom.
Cousin Ryotaro. Pull yourself together, please.
All right. I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistencies in the witness testimonies to prove they're lying somehow. That's all there is to it. That's how a real lawyer would handle a cross-examination. So let's see what I can do.
You got this, baby. I believe
Oh,
in
we,
you.
we already know that that very last one is bullshit because
Yeah,
she was only stabbed the once.
Yeah.
So I guess we can just press everything and see what that
Yeah.
gets us.
See what comes up.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not? We're not going to lose anything by pressing.
I mean, yeah. I want to know about the disguise. Oh,
So do I.
I didn't
In
listen
that-
to her.
Jaunty disguise.
Did the title come
Correct.
included?
Wait! No. I mean, it wasn't the first time I've worn this swimsuit for a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested.
Right.
Do what must be done to keep the Englishwoman under surveillance. Those were my orders that day.
Including the turtle?
Okay. And this tried and tested outfit was the answer.
Being able to blend flawlessly into a crowd is an important part of a detective's job.
Again?
No! I submerged myself in the salty water, leaving only Mr. Turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface.
Oh god. I keep having to mute myself. I'm coughing so much.
Mr. Turtle loves the water.
I'm sure he does. Oh god, look at them.
Both like.
So thoughtful.
But there was no need for you to blend into the background on this assignment, really, was there? I feel like you just like dressing up.
If that made you late arriving on the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong. Ah.
Perhaps I oughtn't pursue this line of questioning any further at the moment.
Wise.
Yeah.
He might just, fall apart.
Yeah.
Catch that
Tell us
crab.
about the crab!
What is he
What
doing?
crab?
Oh, I
Show
didn't
me about
listen
the
to it
crab. I
again.
need to know about the crab.
You're describing the victim's scream. Presumably, Soseki-san?
In more literary terms, you might say it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens. Or the like.
She was stabbed in the lung.
Of course, that's just a metaphor. Renowned authors are wont to describe things, so.
It is really funny, like, as soon as he got back to Japan, he was better, and
like-
I do think it was just because he hated it in Britain. I think it was
He hated
the
it,
lack of light,
despised it.
how polluted it was, just how fucking miserable Victorian Britain was, and like, as soon as he got back, he wrote a book and was an immediate bestseller.
Yeah,
And
it's just like, yeah, I'm great.
he
now,
never
thanks.
had to go back to England again.
Good for him. We all wish we weren't in England, let's be real.
Yeah.
Soseki-san wasn't like this in England. I think it was probably the carbon monoxide poisoning.
Anyway, I spun around to the noise in the beach hut and immediately fell into my gaze.
Yes, the beach hut.
The area is popular with government ministers. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and recuperation.
Oh, it's strange.
Locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always very quiet. The beach hut is a simple structure, erected as a place for people to change or take refuge from the sun.
Although, the Englishwoman commandeered the hut for herself. Which meant that I was forced to change into my swimwear on the sand.
No one wants to do that.
How dare!
I imagine that was rather embarrassing for you.
Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside and headed for the beach hut at a run. Please tell me more about this crab, goddammit. Or in more literary terms, I decrabbed and beat him off twice.
That implies the crab was hanging on to him.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
I entered the beach hut at once, where I found a pair in question.
Please tell us more about that.
Pardon.
Gosh.
Hmm.
Wait, by pair, you don't mean to say... but how could that be?
No, you misunderstand. Obviously, I mean the victim and the defendant, remember me, Tan.
Oh, it would have been helpful if you could have just said that from the outset.
If you jump to conclusions, you have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes.
Sir, this is a trial.
Dear me, pinning your hopes on such an outside chance. Foolish. Very foolish.
It really was an outside chance. I just wished I'd realised that before I said something silly.
So, Inspector, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut?
In a compromising position, perhaps.
Yeah,
Well... Oh? You okay? Oh, okay. Well, it was a sorry sight. A really grisly scene. I parted the Norren curtain hanging in the doorway and stepped inside, only to see the defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim sprawled on the sand.
Badly constructed sentence.
My glasses very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that met my eyes.
How thoroughly appalling.
Getting
What is
some
that noise?
feedback, I think, from your mic, Tony.
Sorry.
possibly.
Oh. Sorry. Just coughing. Blah.
He doesn't appear to be lying here.
Well, Sasaki-san, can you confirm what the Inspector Hosonaga was saying, I wonder?
Ah, you'd like a literary man's opinion.
Yes.
Yes, that young girl is a little bit gay. A little bit homoerotic.
Stabbed wildly. You actually saw her do it.
Oh, indeed. The terrible spectre, the terrific inspector, the bloody torrent, the off-orbit.
The Terrapin Inspector.
Terrific inspector. Every sight and every sound is still carved in my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least, as a future literary sensation.
Counsel, what on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream?
Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, no! No! What are you insinuating? I'm as manly a Japanese man as you!
I wonder if I might interject here, Soseki-san. Something you said is troubling me.
How dare you! I have both a cock and balls!
That was my impression, were your words just now, I believe.
So, do you mean to say you're not confident that you really did see what you've described?
He's so fucking
No! I mean, yes! I mean, I know what I saw! My ears didn't deceive me when I heard that scream. Hence, my eyes didn't deceive me either. I could describe everything I saw vividly. I could publish it all in tomorrow's newspaper serial. God, you turned into such a twat.
It sounds as though the next installment of I'm a Cat may take a macabre turn.
I think this is a fool's errand. The more we press your author friend on what he saw, the more entrenched he's going to become.
Oh dear, how awkward.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
Sure.
press that, and then we can present the autopsy report that says she was only stabbed the one time.
Okay.
Hold it!
She was stabbed multiple times. How can you be sure of that?
Very simply. From the blood on the blade.
The blood.
When I entered the hut, I saw the defendant holding the blade raised up in the air.
Oh, that does not look good.
Yes, that's right! I saw it too.
Oh.
And I noted that there was blood on the blade already at that point. In other words, the victim had already been stabbed at least once by the time I arrived on the scene.
Yes, that's right! I saw it too!
And the victim was already holding the defendant's fountain pen in her hand too. All of which means I can be sure the victim did not die instantly.
Wrong. Yes, right! Saw it too! We saw it too, we did.
Maybe a year in London was too much for him. Sounds like he's forgotten how to speak Japanese.
The logic of your argument is sound at least. Well, as I said, it is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly.
Even with a terrapin on your head.
Perhaps it should have been your guiding principle to protect the victim flawlessly.
Oh, shit!
That's just my personal opinion, of course.
Oh my god.
Well, shit.
I am fucking coming for your life.
You might not be Mickey, he might beat you to that.
Yeah.
Retreat!
Counsel, you refrain from mocking the witness, even
But your
if he
excellency,
deserves
he
it.
really
It's so
deserves it.
easy.
Even if he deserves it.
Oh no, I just have so many thoughts whirling around in my head. It's all I can do to stand here, wide-eyed and mute.
Goodness, my dear. You really must try to calm down.
But how am I supposed to find an inconsistency in what these two gentlemen are saying, man I've only met before, twice? I don't see why either of them would have any reason to lie.
What you must remember, I think, is that witnesses may inadvertently lie at times. For various reasons. A misunderstanding, a mistaken observation, a delusion even.
Ah, a delusion.
Well, they do seem delusional.
What's important is that we determine the truth, and there's only one sure way to do that.
Yes, with evidence, of course.
Spoken like a true judicial assistant. During witness testimony, you can use R1 to pick a piece of evidence to present for consideration. So you need to listen carefully to each statement and compare what's said to the details in the court record. If you find some conflicting information, that may be the inconsistency you're looking for.
Yes, we don't have to look for
Tutorial.
evidence.
Tutorial.
Yes, yes. It's all about inconsistencies.
Once you've identified a witness's statement that appears to conflict with a piece of evidence, present the evidence to the witness with triangle, and the way ahead will present itself to you, I'm sure.
Yes. All right then. Time to use triangle.
Yeah.
I'll consider the details of all the evidence in the court record against each statement to find an inconsistency. I hope I'm up to the task.
Don't forget that you can have the witnesses repeat their statements as many times as you like.
Thank you, Mr. Tutorial.
Everyone has to start at the beginning, remember? So those wide eyes are quite forgivable. And besides, there's no one else to defend the poor girl.
You're right.
I need to listen to the testimony again from the start.
No, I don't. It's fine. We don't have to do that.
Something about grab, something about running. There you go.
I think here we can present the post-mortem pun.
Yeah.
Not an autopsy, post-mortem.
Alright.
Objection!
Ooh, she's having a moment.
With that accusatory cry that just welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san have stood here at this bench, the stakes have been very, very high indeed.
Archie is just fucking terrified.
What's the meaning of that menacing pose, Counsel?
To be fair, we have established that Susato is terrifying when she wants to be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'd like the witness to clarify something for me.
What? Where? When? No.
Not you, Sasaki-san. Sasaki-san, even. This query is directed at Inspector Hosonaga.
That's me.
In your statement just now, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times.
Yes, that's right. As I said when I entered the hut, the defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand like a murderous demon.
And yet, that cannot be.
What?
The point, please, Counsel.
Oh,
In the post-mortem report, it clearly states
Oh, look at the little book.
that the victim was stabbed one time only.
she's still got
Bet
her
you feel
book
like a
on the
bet you
phone.
feel like a fucking idiot now.
Yeah.
In other words, Inspector Hosanaga's testimony is clearly flawed.
Ah!
And Soseki-san, your books are shit.
Me?
You claim to
No,
have seen. You claim to have seen Memami-san in the throes of stabbing the victim.
Yes. Yes, I did. Wildly.
But both you and the inspector confirmed the same point, that there was already blood on the blade that you saw the defendant holding.
Yes. And?
It's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore, there is no way there could have been blood on the knife if that single stabbing hadn't already occurred.
Ah, true.
What exactly is your contention, Counsel? Are you ever going to tell us?
I'm getting
Just
to my
get
fucking
the fuck
point!
on with it. I'm falling asleep here.
Yes, Your Excellency. There's only one logical conclusion. What Saseki-san saw, in fact saw, was not the moment that the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant in fact withdrew the blade from the victim's body.
That can't be.
Excellent work, Susato.
It's not my name!
You exploded at them with that objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically.
Shut up, Ouchie. No one fucking cares.
Well, this takes me back. Yes, I seem to remember your cousin's status scene much like this in that trial 9 months ago. A half-witted child with a half-baked objection attempting to steal the show.
Shut up, Ouchie. No one likes you.
You're right, there are certain similarities. What?
Oh, it's like I'm pretending to be someone.
Except that so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution, who has only half a head of hair.
Slander! My head is quite adequately dressed. In any case, all this talk of stabbing and withdrawing and multiple wounds, it makes not a jot of difference.
What? Why not?
Engage your brain, young man. The accused first plunged the deadly weapon into the victim. That was the fatal blow.
That still doesn't work with the testimony, but whatever. I'm gonna react badly anyway.
Johnny?
Hello?
And it was that moment, just as she had withdrawn the blade ready for her next strike, the witnesses saw. The knife was already tainted with blood because the accused had already stabbed the victim.
Oh!
All you have successfully shown with your little display
Is it that the witnesses are untrustworthy?
is that the mustached author is prone to moments of extravagance.
Oh!
It's the same, like, getting shot pose.
Yep.
I'm in agreement with the prosecution.
No.
Because I'm a dumb bitch. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all, there is sufficient grounds for actions to be viewed with suspicion.
But if she was withdrawing the blade.
Then we are back where we started.
Sorry?
Consider this, young yokel boy. If the student girl is innocent, as you claim, then why would she have pulled the blade from the victim? And with a demon's cold-blooded composure, too. The prosecution demands an explanation. It had better be good.
Why did Ray pull out the knife?
Ah, yes. Going for the jugular.
I don't think she was.
What does father mean by that?
I hope it's multiple choice.
Sure.
The court here answer in counsel.
The truth is, I don't really know. But I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case.
The reason why the defendant pulled the knife blade out of the victim's body was surely so she could... I wonder.
There's only one of these that sounds good for
Yeah.
us. And it's
Save her life.
Yeah.
According to the post-mortem report, the victim's death was not instant.
That's correct. It's thought she would have remained conscious for a short while after sustaining the injury.
Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer.
The point is, being a medical research assistant, Member Misan was compelled to act when faced with the wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled the knife out in Instinctively, she pulled the blade out in an attempt to save Miss Brett's life.
Except, like, in any medical drama, you know to keep the blade in until you get proper medical assistance.
I think it depends where you are stabbed.
Hmm.
But I don't know enough about puncture wounds to
Mood.
be able to, you know.
Wait, what was the question?
Normally, you're supposed to leave the knife in when you've been stabbed. But I'm not sure if that's the case for puncture wounds.
It depends if you've hit a vital organ or not.
Yeah, it's
So if
punctured
it's-
a wound.
if you've
It
not
punctured
hit-
a lung.
Yeah. It's yeah. Like if you've been stabbed in the leg, leave it in, or the arm, or whatever. If you've been stabbed in the torso, I don't know, slightly different. If you've actually been hit in, yeah.
So
Especially the lung, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
To me, it sounds like you're more at risk from a collapse if the object stays in. But I have no. I don't actually know a lot about this. Weirdly, this is the sort of thing you'd expect me to know about, but I don't. I'll have to do some googling
Yes,
later.
Alex. What's the grisly medical history of this?
I mean, I think the game might tell us.
Yeah, the game will probably tell us. Not for a while yet, but eventually we'll find out.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? It would seem this is the best we could expect of this young yokel.
Oh, shakes his head.
Indeed.
We lost an Alex.
Oh, sorry. I googled stabbed in the lung. Is it just me, or does it feel much colder in here?
Your Excellency, if I may?
You witness.
I would like another opportunity to testify.
We're amending.
In respect to the slipshod in respect to the slipshod in respect to the slipshod assertion just put forward by the Yokel Defense Council, I mean.
Well done.
Lord, man.
Slipshod.
Tush. Ha. Ha. An excellent idea, Inspector. Our young yokel hopefully has a modicum of knowledge when it comes to the law, it seems. But in matters of medicine, he appears to possess not one iota of common sense.
Very well, Inspector. I'll permit your request.
Should we? How are we feeling about carrying on?
I'm not awake.
No,
we
I
can.
don't think so.
Leave it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm now going to go into a deep dive on
Punctured
punctured
lungs.
It's called pneumothorax.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's called pneumothorax.
That's. I'm going to go into a bit of a deep dive now. He also happens to be my father.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does say that.
What I really like is if you have a deflated lung, the best thing to do is stab it.
What?
Choice.
So if you have if someone has a collapsed lung, you get a ballpoint pen and you take out the pen part. So you just have a tube with a slightly pointy end, and you go between the
See,
like
oh
the
my God.
bottom rib and the second bottom rib, I think, and
Oh
you
my
stab
God.
the pen between them, and it basically is like acts like a straw, and
that
lets
what's-
air into the lung.
Is
into the
that
chest
what's
cavity.
fucking happened here? Can we examine the pen?
Cannot examine the pen.
Oh
Hmm.
my God.
That
Cannot
would be
examine
I
the
don't think
pen.
that's
if
what's
that was
happened
it.
here.
Like,
Holy shit. That would be really interesting if that was the case.
yeah, that'd be so complicated though. Like, can you
damn.
imagine doing that and not knowing this?
Well, she was a medical student, remember me?
She is, yeah.
No, why she didn't tell us she did this,
Mm.
if that's what happened. She's 16.
Oh, she's a baby.
I guess she's
Baby.
also. Well, it's been a year. It's been 9 months, so I don't know.
Mm,
I don't think we have
Baby.
you know, we don't have our own profile, sadly.
baby lesbians.
Takatsuchi Ouchie, there he is.
Ooh, turbulent new chimes in Japan. Ooh.
Mm,
Well, it was all going off in the Meiji era.
going off. There you go.
I got to see some art from it on Friday. It was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
That's fun.
Some artifacts. I saw a visiting kimono that had been made specifically for touring London, and oh my god, it was beautiful. I'll post a picture of it in chat.
Ooh, fun.
It was like a deep gradient blue, like a lake, and on the very bottom of the back, it had 2 swans. It was very simple but
Mm.
very elegant, very beautiful, and like God, I just
Hmm.
yeah, I loved it.
Well, shall we call it there for now?
Yeah,
let's
let's
call it
call
there.
it.
Okay.
I feel like we've made some progress.
I feel like I did.
Yeah.
say
Decent
so.
progress.
Yeah, I did save.
Exciting.
Well,
I wonder how Renosuke's doing.
Yeah, I wonder.
Hmm. Yeah, he's
but
probably
yeah.
he's probably just having tea.
I don't know, he had to defend himself out of that train thing, didn't he?
yeah.
Hmm. That's true.
Just being like,
It's true.
Sherlock is a bitch.
He really is, but I love that for him.
Excuse me.
He is.
Everyone's too into
Sorry,
Shams.
bullshit.
He's
I've
a
never been
bitch
accused
and I
of
love
such a-
him.
Well,
Oh, there's a character in fucking Nocturne that you love, Alex.
I'll
My
take
God.
half of that.
In
She's
what?
such a
Oh.
bitch. She's a horrendous bitch.
I mean, that is normally how to get me to like characters.
This is true. But literally, like, they come to the end of the book, she stood in front of, like, where the thing is, with, like, one hand on, like, the light switch. She's waiting in the dark, by the way. And she's there in this, like, filigree, like, iridescent shirt with the fucking rapier at her side. One of her arms has been cut off and replaced fully with a molten gold skeleton arm,
Oh,
with
fuck.
which she is smoking a cigarette.
She sounds incredibly cool.
She's such a dick and I hate her. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, that sounds great.
On that note,
Yes. All right. Well, I'll catch you guys next week. Yeah.
catch you on the flip side.
Catch y'all
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll carry on where we left off.
Yeah.
We shall.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Good night, my darlings. Thank
Have-
you.
Have a wonderful
Love you all.
It is.
Love you all.
Good night.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye bye.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.